Coach, the Carolina Rains have arrived as we are inside a soggy Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here in Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
They're on 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
You better be ready.
Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Go, go. Mike 4, get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Mike 4, Mike 4. It's just 5.
Greer on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
First down, Seattle.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Throwing now. Wilson on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First down.
Mike 56, Mike.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Martavis Bryant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Hey, Charlie.
On second down, here's Greer. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
The former Florida Gator, Jordan Scarlett, the rookie with the carry. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in a position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
From the 50, here's Greer. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
They work again from the 38 on second and 10.
He's checking. Crash.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now, I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads. And you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
Yeah, 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Seahawks.
Hey, 0. 24.
On first down, Wilson. This will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Wilson. Going to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open. open, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Wilson to throw again. Steps away to his left. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
56. Check 56. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
They can't stop me.
Tyler Lockett with touchdown number 7 on the year. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Down.
At the
60-yard
line.
I smell fear in that offense. Hey, Delta.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Greer, quick slant, caught by Moore. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 33.
DJ Moore went through some ups and downs his rookie season, but really came on strong late in the year. Finished with 55 catches, the most among Panthers not named Christian McCaffrey. And now with Devin Funchess gone to Indianapolis, he's going to be the true WR1 for the Panthers.
Watch the run. Mike 4. Let's go defense. Let's go defense.
First down, Greer. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. There in coverage to knock it away, Marquise Blair. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
60 Pittsburgh. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Mike 3. Combo.
Throwing on 3rd down, Greer. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. And on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. 14. 59 mark, 59 mark. Check. That's it. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up. Good.
On second down, it's Carson. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Go, guys, 4 down. Hey, check motion man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion man.
On first down, Carson. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain.
59 mark. Check, 59.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Out left side here to Bryant. 11 yards there, first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. 16 yards, a first down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Mike, you ready? Mike 56. I hope he runs a rush because I'm about to take you to school. 36 power. 56, Mike, 56.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Being chased out left. His throw incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
56. Mike, 56, right there.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room.
It got his man complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offense. Oh, now Greer, he fumbled the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so they have 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. Two-hand. Oh, I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 45-yard line.
380. 56. Cut. Watch the twist.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Brian Burns in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Good job right there. 56, the mark, boys. 56. Check, 56. Here we go. Check. That.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They run it with Carson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
At the 46-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Check 56. Blue there, blue there. 12.
Wilson now on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he's got Lockett. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now it's Wilson. It's caught right side, Dixon. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks, they're able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. William Hayes. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
56.
Now Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 11. And it's 3rd.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Right here, right here.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Good job by this defense, and now playing what they call complementary football. Offense scores a touchdown for them, so they come right out, force what should be a 3-and-out, and keep the momentum squarely on their side.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 7. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there, but maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
3rd down and 13.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Strong right. Strong right. Hey, Echo. 3 out. Mike 4. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Mike 4. You must be dreaming.
On 3rd and long, here's Greer. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Greer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Greer sets to throw. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun on 3rd down, Greer. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll get 34 yards there. On 1st and 10, Greer. toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver there, Ian Thomas, and that'll bring up second down. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle, and this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far, a big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, just a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
He needs better protection, that's for sure. And he's going to go down again. Bobby Wagner in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, Greer. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They run again with Carson. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Wilson, he lets it fly for Lockett. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
After the turnover, here's Greer. And that is incomplete here. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And the result here, the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense.
Hey, Woods.
To throw on 3rd down. Greer wants a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on down's the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Let's go!
It's a first down on a gain of 10. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
On to tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On second down now, it's Carson down to the 25. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. He's got the first down inside the 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. So the victory here for Seattle. And this not always an easy proposition, Charles. You had a West Coast team that traveled east, but they got the job done.
And there's so much that goes into it because your body